Testing, testing.
That's my phone. Okay.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. No,
That's weird.
this is what happened. Testing, 1, 2, 3,
Sorry.
testing, 1, 2, 3. It's fine.
Okay, let's just see if the.
The first problem we have to solve.
Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Will you go out and try to talk from your Zoom?
That is so weird.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1,
Yes.
2, 3,
I
4.
can hear you. Can you hear me, Kyle? Can you hear me? Okay, we're good. That's it.
Wow, that's weird.
What, it's because it's playing on two different speakers.
Oh, wait, did it unmute itself?
No, that's me, that's me.
Was that the one that I?
There's like a 30-second delay, like the YouTube.
But I had to mute this. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3.
I got nothing on YouTube right now.
It's quite a bit.
It takes about 30 seconds.
Oh, that's true.
But could you see me standing here?
No,
We
I
got the
have-
screensaver.
I
Hold
have
on.
You have something in your upper right, though.
So let's,
I
I
stopped,
do, you're right. Yeah.
I stopped screen sharing. So the screen sharing should go away.
Right.
Did you hear anything? I still am unmuted, so
Oh, go ahead and hit play and then, oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
all the problems I've ever.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3.
But
No,
now it's just
no,
playing
that
from
was
the
your phone.
PC. Oh, that might have been my phone.
There's that, no, but that didn't sound the same.
Can you try? Try one.
There's that, no, but that didn't sound the same.
Can you try?
That's a different one, right?
That sounds like it sounded like before.
And so then I had to mute this.
Okay,
Now when we talk,
just one more time if you don't mind. This guy. This guy. Go right, test. This guy. This guy. Go right, test.
Right?
right spirit, right?
But I don't know that one, but
Honestly,
when you
honestly,
mute
better
this
than IT
one,
people are like,
Like,
"How is that?" You're
that,
like,
when you mute that one, it works.
is there something in the headphone jack in here?
School road, test.
See,
That solves it.
that solves the problem.
Doesn't make any sense.
And in the meeting, I first muted that one, but that muted the people on Zoom. And so then I had to undo that one and we tested this one and I muted this one and it worked. But when you unmute it, when you test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
Can you plug it one more time? Link that to 0 for there. School road. Test, school road.
What the heck?
I don't know these speakers.
This is Zoom or YouTube? Do you have YouTube on?
No, we turned it, I mean, we turned it off. We don't have a tab.
No, I closed it. That's what I thought the first time we closed it. It's whatever this is the only way I was able to fix it was to mute that.
Yeah, I'm just, whatever it is. Yep. Just, okay. Turn it off and do it again.
We're still live streaming.
Oh, yeah.
School road, test, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so what did you do?
Okay, hold on.
And you can not this guy. You cannot. Yeah, no, sorry. You never do that. This guy. This guy is this guy. If you
Yeah.
want to use this guy, Realtek, that's the driver on your computer. So now you're gonna hear from computer. That's road. Gonna go to the computer.
And we want to make sure it's on CrustJob.
Mm-hmm. We'll do that. There's a silly voice. Do this. Actually, hold on.
Oh, we want Tessa Fury.
Yeah, let's replicate you guys' issue first so you can understand. Go ahead.
Do what?
You'll click this guy. Add this guy. Click this guy. What you guys did, you guys left this one on voice. So you guys were just listening to YouTube. Go ahead. I turned it off now. School road, test. And you guys gonna hear that.
This, you had this tab open in the background?
Mhm.
Oh,
I did, but
well, that makes sense.
I thought that I closed it.
Well, we closed one YouTube tab. We must
We
have,
had another one in the background. That's it.
Mhm.
That's just playing again.
I feel like she has you open a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She goes select live stream live on YouTube. In Zoom, that more button,
Change it
Okay.
you know what I
Change it.
mean?
to this guy. Okay.
Yeah, but that isn't
Yeah.
opening a new Internet Explorer tab. That's just
Get unmuted.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Hello, hello, hello.
Recording. April, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys. It's a little, the volume's a little low, but I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
But
You're over there.
Yeah, we can move you.
I could hear her. She was up in her.
On the video.
Giggle too much. Maybe that's why we're.
Okay.
All right. I hereby call to order the November 5th, 2025 meeting of the Town of Frisco Planning Commission. Will you call a roll?
Yes. April,
Here.
Lena,
Here?
Kelsey, here. Jessica, here. Ira,
Here.
Andy,
Here.
Hannah, here.
All right. The previous Planning Commission meeting minutes have been distributed. If commissioners have any comments or corrections, please voice them now. Does anybody have any comments, concerns, corrections of the minutes? Seeing none, is it everybody?
Motion to approve?
Have a second?
Sure.
All in favor?
Hi.
Okay, this is a meeting of the Frisco Planning Commission. Any public comments that anyone in the audience may wish to make on a subject not on this evening's agenda may be made now. Citizens making comments should state their name and address for the record, be topic specific, and limit comments to no longer than 3 minutes. No action is taken on public comments. Planning Commission will take all comments under advisement, and if a response is appropriate, the individual making the comment will receive a formal response at a later date. Does anyone wish to make any comments on items not on this evening's agenda? Okay, come on up to the podium. I will give you 3 minutes and I am gonna time you.
Charles Watkins, 980 Lakeway Drive, Frisco. I'm on the board of Towers, the HOA. And so I apologize. Well, first of all, thank you all for your expertise and your efforts. And I apologize for not having been at the meeting that was on the McDonald's. I just sort of hadn't focused on it. And I did take a look at the October meetings. And the concern I had about it is the exhaust fumes from the cooking operation. And I went through the October meeting notes, and I see there was a question and answer regarding grease in the drains, but I didn't see anything about smoke. And so I wanted to find out from you if there had been any discussion with the applicant in terms of that issue, and what the community planning board's view on it is, and whether there's any ability to require them to put in state-of-the-art smoke reduction, because as you know, the winds are primarily coming from the west. You've got a large residential community immediately adjacent to it. And I have read in the web of McDonald's having had problems in neighborhoods with exhaust fumes from their cooking operations. And so my purpose of this is just to sort of get this question out there with you all and see if there had been anything inquired about that dimension of the applicant, and whether there's anything that you'll be able to do about that if it hasn't, as a part of their ongoing approval process.
We have Emma,
Yeah.
the planner on it, who has been on discussions and has been talking to the county public health also. I'll have her connect with you.
I asked her, she said that she thought there was something said at one of the meetings and encouraged me to go through and listen to the recordings.
Yep.
And I did put a call into Robert Palmer with Strategic Land
Right.
to see that maybe that's a dimension. I don't know, it being the interior, though apparently he did address the issue of grease in the traps.
Okay, we'll
But,
still follow up with you again one
okay.
more time. Sound good? So with Emma. Yep, thanks.
Anybody else wish to make a comment? If you're online, raise your hand. Seeing none, we will now proceed on to close the public comment portion of the, still public comments on the main portion of the agenda will still be open to the public. Sorry. We'll now move on to the agenda. First item on the agenda is planning file number MAJ-25-0005 and CU-25-0002. A final site plan review of a major site plan application and conditional use permit for a proposed new building for Well 7 PFAS mitigation improvements located near 612 Recreation Way, /track 5-78, section 36, quarter 2 acres, 209. Holy smokes. Applicant Ryan Thompson, Water Superintendent, Frisco Public Works, Town of Frisco. Come on up.
Oh, I have a presentation.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. We'll start with the staff presentation. Please.
All right, tonight we're gonna be reviewing the major site planning conditional use permit for a town project to improve the water at Well 7. The applicant, Ryan Thompson, who is gonna present tonight, has submitted a final site plan review for the proposed new building to support Well 7 PFAS mitigation improvements. The use of the public utility facility is listed as a conditional use in the Unified Development Code, and Ryan has submitted the necessary materials for a conditional use permit. All the application materials were included as attachment A in the commissioner's packet. The town of Frisco owns and maintains the existing Well 7 located at 614 Recreation Way at the Peninsula Recreation Area. While Well 7 was drilled and constructed in 2005, the existing pump house structure was not built until 2018. The existing structure is approximately 17 feet in height and 375 square feet. In 2022, the town of Frisco detected PFAS at Well 7 and subsequently turned off the operation of Well 7. Since the detection of the PFAS, the town has been designing a mitigation system to remove PFAS from the water source. So the PFAS treatment project at Well 7 helps the town of Frisco save fresh water and improve water management. So by using a granular activated carbon system to clean the contaminated water, the town ensures a safe water supply. The facility addresses environmental issues and uses existing structures while also maintaining natural screening and access supporting balanced growth. And those are the goals on the screen that relate to it on the 2025 comprehensive plan. So the permitted and conditional uses, public utility facility, such as in the proposed application, as I said earlier, is a conditional use in the zone district. And all public recreation standards and conditional use standards are in compliance as referenced in the staff report. At the sketch plan meeting, a discussion arose regarding parking, which it does meet the standards outlined in the code. Ryan has taken an additional step and coordinated with Recreation to designate parking spots for the time of construction. During the winter months, parking will be located farther away on site to minimize the potential impact on winter activities. And I'm happy to answer any questions about any of the other standards in the staff report. And the building will match the architecture of the existing Well 7 building. The proposed building complies with the non-residential development standards in the town code. And the applicant has provided physical samples of the building materials. They're on the floor in front of the podium, if you want to take a look. They are heavy, so I don't know if we want to pass them around. Frisco Sanitation, the referral agency granted preliminary approval to discharge filter backwash water from the granulated carbon treatment system into the sanitary sewer, contingent on compliance with the Frisco Sanitation District standards. Ryan has been working with the sanitation district to meet those standards, and he does have a letter tonight that he can hand out of the progress that they've made thus far. And Summit County GIS, we just need to officially make the address 620 Recreation Way. So at the sketch plan, Planning Commission had 3 comments. One of them was for staff to consider streamlining this process, so it didn't have to go through a conditional use, but none of which impacted the project from moving forward to the final site plan application. So these are the staff recommended conditions that are tied directly to the comments received during the referral process. And should Planning Commission choose to approve the major site plan and conditional use permit applications, the Community Development Department recommends the motion on this slide. With that, I'm open to any questions or comments.
Thank you, Chris.
Mhm.
All right, now I'll turn it over to Commissioner comments of the staff. Andy, we'll start with you.
I don't have any questions.
Jess,
No questions.
Candace.
Nope.
I won't
Ira?
get with that either.
Okay.
So maybe not part of the review, but will this filtration actually get the PFAS out of the water?
I'm gonna let the applicant
Thank you.
answer that. Brian has a very detailed.
And we'll get to that in a second. Kelsey, any questions?
Nobody's gonna.
April, any questions of the planning staff?
No questions for staff. Thank you.
Don't have any either. Okay, so now we will have you come on up, Ryan, or whoever's representing the applicant, and come on up and give us your presentation.
Thompson, Town of Frisco Water Superintendent. Thanks for having me and reviewing our project. I do have, I guess before we go into your question, I do have our preliminary kind of draft letter for the Frisco Sanitation District. As far as what our plan is to minimize any impacts downstream and allow for them to sort of receive our waste stream, that it's in compliance with their discharge permit. We met with Matt Smith and our engineers for about an hour. We've met several times over the last few months through the design process to really, kind of be very sensitive to kind of their limitations and what they can take. And we don't want to kind of stress out their system or send them something that they're not currently able to remove, from the waste stream. So we have worked with them and we've established kind of a memo of understanding and a letter of intent on sort of our plan when we do the backwash to our filter bed. We have to achieve through a high volume flushing, basically a filter bed expansion. And so it puts all of the activated carbon into suspension in the water, and then its specific gravity allows it to fall the way it is designed to be the best filter that it's engineered to be. But in that process, it will flush out fines. And because granular activated carbon is a mined filter media, it does come with certain byproducts, specifically, I cannot believe I'm spacing it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it actually, it's a highly regulated, from a discharge, obviously through drinking water and exposure, it's not something to be consuming, but it's very regulated from a discharge perspective. And so the wastewater sanitation district, through their waste discharge permit governed through the state, they're actually kind of reducing the quantities that are allowable to be discharged. So just being really sensitive to that, we've kind of developed a plan as to what we will do in coordination with them when we do this backwash event. Currently, at our anticipated operational capacity, this will happen once every 18 months. And we will be monitoring the water as we are filtering it throughout that time to kind of determine when the breakthrough starts to occur. We do have 2 vessels. They operate in a lead and a lag cycle. So then once we start seeing the breakthrough come through the first filter vessel, then we start making plans to kind of remove that out and then put the lag vessel onto lead. And then we would cycle that filter media out. So in that 16-month, 18-month timeline, we would be, when we do that once every 16 to 18 months, we would be in coordination with the sanitation district on kind of what the operations are. We'll be analyzing the water to make sure that they are comfortable receiving it downstream. So there's a long explanation, but I do have this letter to distribute out to all of you. This is the first draft format. Matt Smith with the sanitation, he will be making some changes, but again, we've met several times on this to really iron out the plan and which compounds that we're really being very sensitive and paying attention to and communicating that. So that's that kind of first one. But as far as, I couldn't bring the slides because my VPN wasn't connecting. But I was just going to be going through basically the bid set plan that we have currently out to bid. But through the review process, did anybody have any questions about the facility itself?
We're going to go through and
yeah.
ask you questions. Well, at least go through and see if anybody has any questions of you. Is that okay? Okay. Kelsey, we'll start with you this time. Any questions?
So my question is, once you have this operating, which will be when do you expect to have it done?
In the second half of 2027.
Oh, wow.
It's going to take a while.
And so at this time now, I understand that well 7's not pumping.
Correct.
And then once it does, it's fully operational. Will there be a test period that you're seeing if it's working, or does it just go right into the water?
So we will be doing a commissioning phase. So once it gets up and running, we'll start, through the vendors and the contractors who help assemble it, we will be doing testing of that facility. And immediately, obviously, the biggest item of concern is the quality of the water. So that will absolutely be, the top priority.
And the intent of the well is for drinking water, right? Or household water, not like
Correct.
irrigating the peninsula or something.
Correct. Yeah, it pumps the way our system is designed at each of the water source facilities. It pumps directly from there, goes through an on-site treatment process, and then gets pumped directly into the distribution system.
I guess I don't have questions on the building, which we're here for. And thank you for answering your questions.
Yeah, I did. I guess the first question that got posed, I didn't address.
Well, the timer right here. He could ask you the question directly.
Yes.
Do you want to ask me a
You want me to
question?
remember what I asked?
I jumped right into the filtration and the letter of intent with the sanitation district, but I don't believe I answered your question.
Well, I mean, in conjunction with that, we Frisco have multiple well sources and one open north 10 Mile. Why is this the only one is this the only one with PFAS?
Correct.
We have extensively analyzed all of our source water, multiple times to get the seasonality, changes in the flow, the wet saturated season of the springtime, the dry season. And each of those have not reported detectable limits for well 5 and 6, as well as the surface water treatment plant. Well 7 is the only one that does have the presence of PFAS.
Do we know why?
We don't. There's a long history of PFAS. It is a man-made compound that was developed in about the 40s, and it started to make its way into consumer products. So Teflon coated pans, Gore-Tex coated fabrics that create that water resistant, water repellent technology, have a layer of it. It's in pizza boxes. So when the steam from the pizza, it doesn't render the cardboard kind of mushy and sloppy. So it has a lot of applications. It's a firefighting foam retardant ingredient. It's used at airports to spray down airplanes for de-icing solutions. It's a very strong compound. That's why it's referred to as a forever compound. It's not breaking down in the environment. The estimated half-life of these compounds, once it's in the soils and below ground, it's not exposed to the temperature swings, the UV sunlight. Those are usually the elements that kind of break down compounds over time. So they're finding them in places that they never really, expected to find them. And
I think you gave a detailed explanation about when you have to backwash or flush the filtration system. And that's going to go into the sanitary system.
Yes.
But they remain PFAS, don't they? I mean, are we just passing it down the line?
so the PFAS, so the granular activated carbon it's a highly desirable filter because of its effectiveness.
To get the PFAS out.
Correct. And it
Okay.
actually is, it's a very common filtration media. If any of you have a Brita filter, that's just a very, very small, but that's activated carbon inside there. It's a pretty industry standard to remove lots of targeted compounds. So it's such a desirable filter media because of all of its nooks and crannies and the facets it has. A small scoop of it could provide about 500 square feet of surface area for adsorption to happen. So the PFAS is one of the compounds that this targets. It doesn't target everything. So there are compounds that just passively move through it and don't have any adhesion to the filter media.
But I'm still not clear. You're going to be capturing
Yes.
PFAS particulate matter.
And so it will be
Who are we
bound.
going to give it to?
So the vendors,
Record.
Street.
vendors who sell the activated carbon, they'll be responsible for coming and swapping out the filter media. So they bring a truck and they suck it out with their hoses and they pump in fresh
Oh,
virgin.
so it never really
PVC.
goes into our sanitary system.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't you think?
But the backwash portion that would, create some potential impacts downstream for the sanitation district, we flush at a very high volume to stir up all of the activated carbon in the vessels, 20,000 pounds, and it puts it into solution. It kind of shakes the snow globe. And as it all settles based on its specific gravity weight, it settles kind of in the layers that prevents any short circuiting. So when water's being pumped through there, if water finds the path of least resistance, and then it just kind of stays there and travels that path. So that's just referred to as short circuiting. So it's not really passing through all of the filter media that it can. So we have to do this backwash so that the filter bed expansion gets the proper expansion. But during that process in the high velocity, it flushes out the very fine materials. And those fine materials are the compounds of concern.
Thank you.
Candace, any questions?
So is this building that you're building there forever? It's not just part of this like test pilot?
No, so we did the test pilot for about 16 months on a very small scale. And we tested 4 different filter media compounds. We tested granular activated carbon, which we ultimately chose. We did also test 3 different ion exchange filter medias, which is a polymer little ball. And it's the same concept. It is targeted towards specific charged compounds, PFAS being one of them. So we went through that process, that piloting study for about 16 months. One of the leading deciders on why we chose the GAC was for disposal. If you have ion exchange, you have to dispose of it in a hazardous waste material designated site. With GAC, because of its very nature, it cannot break down any further, and it goes into a high temperature incineration process. And that heat breaks down or breaks apart the chemical, not the compound, but it breaks it down to its basic forms of fluorine and carbon rather than having them tied together. And then another sort of unintended byproduct from this is that carbon can then, once it's gone through its incineration process, be returned back to the market and be used again elsewhere.
So this is a permanent, like.
Oh, yes,
we'll
I'm
keep
sorry.
Doing this.
Yes, sorry. I gotta, yes, no, sorry, yes. It's hard to answer that question with 100% certainty, because this is a man-made compound. This is not a compound that's found natively in the wild. So there is a chemical plume somewhere that's affecting that portion of Frisco. We don't necessarily have a full engineering analysis of the chemical plume, but we know chemical plumes to pass by. Underneath our feet, there's aquifers, which is a contained body of water. We have an alluvium, so it's basically an underground stream. So based on the stream flows and the chemical sort of plume that's mixed in there, it is moving its way through. There are strategies that different industries take when they come into contact with a chemical plume. They can pump out the aquifer and sort of remove, kind of pull those contaminants out of the groundwater. That is a strategy, and by just the sheer nature of pumping groundwater, that you're actively doing that. So we don't know if the chemical plume is something that will pass by us within 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, because we don't know what the point source is that's creating this contamination. So.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No questions, but this has been very educational. You're really good at explaining this stuff. I've learned a lot tonight. Thank you.
One thing I can say to your question, as far as the lifespan of this facility and doing what it's designed to do, which is purify water, as the regulatory environment changes, they're finding new data, new scientific, reports of things that are, negatively impacting, the human body. And so we're not seeing the regulatory environment relax so much. I mean, maybe but for the most part, it trends to get a little bit tighter and tighter. So this filtration facility that we are creating, if those compounds are, in the future, if there's newer regulated compounds, this is a very versatile filter media to kind of target other compounds that are going to be regulated.
Okay. Andy, any questions?
No, no questions.
April, do you have any questions of the applicant?
I don't have any questions about the building or the permit. I just had one question around what happens right now? Are we just not using well 7 until facility is complete? Or are we
Correct.
just, okay.
Yeah, we shut well 7 off. It hasn't contributed to the water distribution system since July of 2021.
Okay. That's it for me. Thank you.
Pilot testing process for 6
About
months
that,
already.
I'm sorry.
Your CERSA going on.
Permitted nursing regulatory bodies tightening in this facility. Public comment. On 15 PM. Public comments.
Can you?
No.
Thank you.
For the 16 months that we ran the piloting study, the well would turn on and run its piloting process. But all of that was just process water. None of it left the building into the pipelines.
Okay. I thought I had 2 questions for you. I only remember one. My question is, why is it gonna be the end of 2027? This doesn't seem like
So the project is currently out to bid right now. The bids close next week. When we award the applicant the job, they're not going to start doing any site work until April, the end of the ski season for the Nordic Center to close. So the end of 2026. So
infrastructure work and
it's more, so they will be digging, they will be cutting into the hillside because it does have a pitched, some elevation gains on the site. So in order for the facility to be a little bit more in unison with the existing facility, they're cutting into the hillside to bury some of the foundation of the building so that it can match heights. But we're anticipating the site dirt work and the foundational work to kind of take the bulk of this upcoming summer in 2026.
interesting.
And then going, vertical
In
once that,
27?
yeah.
Because have you seen how fast 602 Galena's come up?
Yeah.
It's shocking, actually.
it's called rough framing. It's about to slow up.
Yeah. It surprises me that this building is gonna take 2 years to build. And nothing to do with planning commission, just because I'm curious, can you share roughly how much it's gonna cost?
We are anticipating about all said and done with engineering services, obviously the physical building, about 10.5 million. But I guess we will see.
It's more than the building.
I guess drinking water's worth it though.
We applied through the state of Colorado State Revolving Fund. And we were awarded $8.2 million of forgivable 100% principal forgiveness loan. Still treated as a loan, but it is a $8.2 million gift. And we did receive through the 3M PFAS settlement funds, we were awarded $580,000. Not sure what that payout looks like, the duration of the payments.
Scotch tape.
Well, that's awesome.
So most of the project will be funded.
And I remembered my question, and I think I asked you this question the last time when we were here, the sketch. But so is everybody in the county building buildings like this? Like all the water districts and all the water providers?
Not every water district is affected or has tested positive for this contaminant. There have been some, and I'm not entirely sure what they're doing for remediation or alternative water sources.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there are other ones in the, okay, we'll stop talking. Okay, thank you. Those are all our questions. Thanks, Ryan. Okay, so we will open it out for public comment. Now is the public comment portion of the meeting. If you're making comments, come up to the podium, and same rules I explained earlier. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make a comment on this agenda item? Seeing none, anybody in the computer? Raise your hand or start speaking. I don't see any, so we will close the public comment portion of the agenda, and we will get to commissioner deliberation and a possible motion. Andy, you want to start?
Water clean. So I don't have any objections.
What Andy said.
I just want to say, when I first heard about this, I was like, oh my gosh, we're all dying. And then I went to the presentation that you guys did like a year ago or something here. And you did a really good job of explaining it and like why we tested, and that we're like actually ahead of the curve and a lot of people haven't even tested, and that this is like a very small number, but we're being proactive and we're getting grants. So just kudos to you guys for one, like doing this, and two, communicating it to the public to make it a scary thing, not scary. And that's all independent of the building, which I think is great.
Yeah, I agree. I think the building is well done. No windows out so people can look in. I like that. Right? I mean, there's.
You'd be over there.
Well, yeah, there's. Someone's got to do it. Yeah, and I appreciate the openness of which the disclosures to all of us users, so that we know that there's an issue that's being proactively addressed, and it'll work for a long time. Thank you. I'm good.
I'd echo the sentiments that this is an important project, and I also think you did a really nice job on Well House number 7, and that it's going to complement this and is in the right place of the peninsula, that it just kind of blends in. So thank you for being so diligent, and the education tonight. I've learned a lot.
April, what are your thoughts?
Same as everyone else. It's been an eye-opening kind of education, and we appreciate your efforts. And I agree, the building and the plans and the conditional use permit seem appropriate to me.
Okay. And I agree. I think it looks good, and I really appreciate you getting all those grants. It's awesome. Okay. So does anybody want to do a motion?
I'll make a motion with respect to file number MAJ-25-0005 and CU-25-0002. I move that the recommended findings set forth in the November 6, 2025 staff report be made, and that the recommended conditions set forth therein be taken, and that the Planning Commission hereby approves the request for major site plan and conditional use permit application for the Well 7 PFAS Mitigation Improvements Building located at 612 Recreation Way, also known as TR 5-78, Section 36, Quarter 2, Acres 209.1800.
Second. Okay. Could we do roll call?
Forsythe?
Yes.
Withrow?
Yes.
Lismus?
Yes.
Day?
Yes.
Stabile?
Yes.
Conley?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Passes unanimously. All right. There's a second item on the agenda, but it's been canceled. Do we need to open and close?
So anyone, if they were interested, we reposted it for the Thursday, November 20th meeting. So.
Okay, great. And that's the last item on the agenda. Do we have any staff or commissioner updates?
Just one update from me. I'll send you an email with a document just for in case you're curious. At the town council meeting this coming Tuesday, we have community development went through the comprehensive plan, strategic housing plan, and climate action and resiliency plan, all three which were approved by the town with a lot of guidance from Planning Commission the last year. We have gone through, and Chris, James, and Nico really took time to say what is the priorities that we can do in 26, and we broke it up by each quarter. And so we're going to council on Tuesday to present the action plan of these topics that are connected to those 3 plans and make sure that they agree those are all things we should start discussing and bringing up and moving forward. And so you will see code amendments on that list also. So I'll email it because you just may be interested in seeing it. It includes things like streamlining application processes in Q1. So yes. But yeah, just kind of it's an interesting document to show all the things that we're looking at, and that would just be on top of the normal daily work. So we'll send you an email with the document just if you're interested in looking at it. Was it for me?
What's rest?
They are getting ready to start. They received financing and they are heavily working with Josh. I can see you over there. Who is over there? Do you want to give any update on what you know, or just that we're moving forward? Put 'em on the spot.
Them with some right of way permitting and that sort of stuff, and actually meeting with the general contractor tomorrow.
So when are they gonna start?
I think they were targeting towards the end of December, to just kind of get some of that, initial site work done. That's some of the things we're gonna find out with them tomorrow.
What came of that meeting about the structures, the historic structures that are still?
I still
They're
keep passing it
protected?
on to the manager and the town attorney and the council.
And they don't care that they rot away?
I keep bringing it up.
Okay. Maybe a public
And I
comment?
did also bring it up to the general construction contractor meeting that we all held also, where there was about 20 people in
It just
attendance.
feels that it would be out of their application if they let their historic structures that have HO overlay on rot, and
I'll keep
fall apart.
bringing it up. Yeah, I'm not ignoring it or
Okay.
forgetting
You
it.
know,
I'm
I just,
bringing
somebody
it up
drive by, I'm
again.
like, I'm gonna go put a door on it.
And you're not alone. I've heard it from other people in town.
Yeah,
I
so.
don't even do that in the cover of night.
It's definitely.
Never out after you accept the feedback.
And after he checks the lights, make sure.
Yeah.
Lights are
guy.
on, don't forget about it.
I had a light comment.
Oh, no, I have like comments. I get to go first.
This is a complaint
Oh,
and maybe a comment. Casa Sanchez, which is next to Loaf and Joke, they have a lamp that is in your eyes that I can't believe our sign committee or whatever jurisdiction goes on signage. That light is totally anti-dark sky. It's anti-friendly, and it's anti-everything we stand for. What do we do about that?
Communications team take a look at it. We also just keep in mind that we also, the first thing we have to do is we kind of scope out Google Earth and see if it was there previously. We only can look at new lighting.
No, it's not brand new,
It's not.
but I don't remember, what was it before? It was the log cabin.
cabin.
So log cabin had no night business. Maybe that's why the light wasn't on.
And so it was there, and then it makes it a little difficult.
not sure. I'm really not sure.
I know that, I think that might have been a consensus we came up with, but we'll have community relations. Take a look. And Kyle already put a note in since he's here helping tonight too.
I wanted to say that the lights that we put in on Highway 9 between the roundabouts look amazing.
Yeah.
And I know maybe that's a thing I need to tell town council or somebody, but they look amazing.
And we put solar panels there and all of Main Street,
Yeah.
all now have solar panels.
I think they are so well done. And I also appreciate, I don't know who did this, but whoever finally turned on that one street light on Highway 9 that's like right next to that banner.
Oh, yeah.
That,
That does make a difference.
it makes a difference. So anyway.
And the vegetation there is really nice, like entering Frisco, you kind of get the vibe of what we stand for with just all that stuff there. So I think it looks great. Yeah.
It turned out awesome.
Geez, Public Works is gonna start coming to every meeting, so they can hear all the compliments.
Let them
Well, we
know.
can find criticisms.
Streets room never gets complimented, so let's just go ahead and.
Yeah, true.
If it could do those lights like the rest of Highway 9, I don't know if everybody agrees, but.
No.
No, too much.
That's one thing but we are looking to possibly doing some solar lighting with that, but using kind of some of the existing, because those cedar beams and all that stuff is a pretty expensive light bulb.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? So when you put the solar panels on the Main Street lights, Did those fixtures, you just added it to the existing fixtures or you had to change those fixtures?
Yeah, there was actually Addison Canino kind of developed a different color that would go on part of that. So the wiring that is used to go in there is still present. So, but they're not actually powering the lights anymore. They rewired that using kind of a different color to mount the solar panels so they could all be mounted properly with the south facing side at the right angle. And then the Allied came in and then refinished wiring all that back up to the panel.
Good job. Very nice.
All right.
Josh, we're not normally this.
I know.
Awesome. Last meeting.
All right, anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Or we could talk about some hot topics, you know.
All right.
Going in.
We